Good morning all, this is Sagar Jay Prakash, academician and founder at Abhiraksh Anveshan, a social enterprise. Revisit Yourself, a learning log, a platform where we share the learning experiences which we confront, which we experience in our day-to-day activities is shared on this platform called Revisit Yourself, a learning log. So today I am here to answer a question through an experience which I had. What is perspective? Why it is very much important in life? ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನ ಎಂದರೇನು and why it is important? ಅದರ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆ ಏನು? Why is it important? So to understand, when I experienced few days back in an incident or a situation made me to understand that perspective of life, perspective in life, perspective of everything in life is very important. Perspective is nothing but what we understand by various incidents or various situations we face. The average of all the situations, the average experience faced in all the situations, the average incidents which have made us to learn through the experiences or incidents which we have faced comes out to be called as perspective. Drushtikona. The matured form of an opinion becomes perspective. It's different from a stereotype. Perspective is ನಾವು ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವನ್ನಾಗಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನಾಗಲಿ ನೋಡುವ ಒಂದು ಆಯಾಮ, the dimension with which we see the situation or a dimension or a subject or an object becomes the perspective of life. In situations we see the same object. In various incidents we see the same object, but the perspective differs. The average of all make us to form up an opinion. The matured form of an opinion becomes the perspective. So ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನ ಎಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಭಾವನೆ ಆಗಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಇರುವ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಥೈಸುವಿಕೆ ಆಗಬಹುದು. So it is very important in life because we come across many things in our day-to-day activities. For example, this phone has two perspectives. This might be good for communication but bad for the health. The perspective is different. The dimensions with which we see this phone is different. When we see from the perspective of functionality, it is good for communication. When we see this from the perspective of health, the radiations emitted from this phone, when it is used in larger duration, for a larger duration, this becomes unhealthy. So the perspective differs. Even in the health, in the perspective of health, usage of phone for more duration is bad. Usage of phone for lesser duration is negligible. Is not so much considered in the perspective, in the parameter of health. Thus, perspective matters a lot. Perspective matters a lot. Why? Because it is the node of understanding. ನಮ್ಮ ಅರ್ಥೈಸುವಿಕೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಆಯಾಮ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನ. It gives various understanding when we see that in various dimensions. Secondly, it is the node of learning. The perspective make us to learn. The ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಲಿಕೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಟೂಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಸ್ತ್ರ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂತೆ. So it is important. It's a node of learning. Fourth, it's a node of decision making. ನಮ್ಮ perspective will help us to decide something. ನಮ್ಮ ನಿರ್ಧಾರಗಳನ್ನು ನಿರ್ಧರಿಸುವುದು, ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು perspective. The last but not the least, it is the factor which influences our mindset a lot. ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಈ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನ ಎಂಬ ಅಸ್ತ್ರಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ರೋಲ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ನೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ನೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ನೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ನೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ mindset influence. It's a node of mindset influence. It influences the mindset a lot. So in all this Pandora box of perspective, it becomes an important central theme of our day-to-day activities, and also the life, and also the living. So just to sum up, perspective is important, and perspective makes larger impact in our daily activities, day-to-day activities, and also the life and living of ours. ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನ ಎಂಬುದು ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯವಾದದ್ದು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಗುಡ್ ಡೇ ಆಲ್.